This was Sierra Vista, a farm labor community operated by the DeGiorgio Fruit Corporation. First target of the Chavez boycott, first contract, first big prize, and first fatality. In a matter of months after the contract was signed, the DeGiorgio operation was gone from Sierra Vista, its vineyards, and its payroll. Once, there were 1,500 people here, and policemen directed the flow of homecoming traffic in the late afternoon. Now, it is a ghost town.
This used to be so beautiful, it was almost like a dream. They lived here like in a home. They had very good facilities. They even had their recreation hall here, and they have their barbecues. This ground here was for a baseball diamond. This was just like another little town. Really, it wasn't like a camp or nothing like that. It was like another little town, and the boys used to come and play over here. The Delano group used to come and cheer for Delano, and the Sierra Vista group used to come and cheer for Sierra Vista. We had very nice times here.
There's no telling how many people read published reports that this dilapidated water tower at Sierra Vista was in fact a gun tower for the guards at camp to keep the workers in line.
No, this is not true. This is just stories that Chavez has put out to the people that really don't know how we live out here. This is a water tower where at that time they used to use it for water that would go into the yards. So many things have been said that has not been true.
There are, of course, new grapes under cultivation. Not table grapes that must be carefully picked and packed into boxes by the deft hands of professional farm workers, but wine grapes to be stripped from the vines by machines and crushed at the vintners. Here, as the acres become the miles, there were table grapes. About 20 persons to the acre worked within a 9-month cycle that ranged from planting to harvesting. Now the acres are planted with new almond and walnut trees.
They have big machines to come and shake the trees, and they don't use very many people to do all of this. The people has really lost the jobs now. As we see these grapes here lying down, this is our jobs. This is our life now. When we don't have any work, I don't know what will happen. I know that a lot of families this year had to go and apply for welfare. That I know for a fact. It wasn't because there wasn't any work. It was really because Chavez would not give them their dispatch card. By next year, there won't be not even half as much work.
A year later, I go back to the same place, to the Union Hall, and I was denied a dispatch.
Well,
I made 3 trips.
Excuse me, Mrs. Miranda, but do you know why? Did they tell you why you were denied a dispatch?
Yes, that because I didn't join in 1961, 62, and that I did not also help on the picket lines.
So then your employer, the grower, had nothing to say about...
No, he tried to get me in, but Union denied a dispatch for me. People had to leave from town. People had to sell their homes for this because they cannot get a job.
They're going to send you where they want to send you. Say you and your wife go for a dispatch. They'll send you to one place if they give you the dispatch, and then they'll send your wife to another place. Now, say in one family, you only got one automobile.
So you're making less money this year under a union contract than you've made in previous years. How is this?
No, you see, during the harvest, we make right now, we're making the same as we made 4 years ago in the harvest, but after the harvest, we don't make the same hours that we used to get.
Did you want to join the union?
No.
How come you joined?
Well, I didn't have no choice. It's hard, even if you join, you can't depend on your job anymore. Like I worked for this farmer for 5 years. This summer, they didn't give me a dispatch in the springtime.
You mean the union didn't give you a
No,
dispatch?
they didn't.
Why didn't they give you
They put
one?
my name in, my boss put my name in, and they said no, that he already had all the people that he needed. So I worked 3.5 months hoeing cotton in a non-union farm. And at that time, I had my dues paid.
You pay your dues anyway?
Yes, you pay your dues year around.
Whether you work or not?
Whether you work or not, or you work in a non-union farm.
And now we have to work the 10 hours to make what we used to make when we only worked about 6, 7 hours.
Before you don't have any union, nothing, and we work more better and more comfortable. I live with my wife, and I'm feeling so glad we don't have the union. But if you have the union now, I'm feeling terrible.
He started out right about the farm workers. He had the right idea, but I think right now it just got out of hand. Everything is on now. So even the farm workers in his union, they don't like it anymore.
In 1963, an official report to California Governor Brown made the point that nearly 90% of all California farm workers live in the area in which they work. Whatever else the issue, the great body of the workers Chavez seeks to organize are not migrant, not indigent. This is the home of a farm worker in Delano. A farm worker lives here in Delano and here.
We have our homes here in Delano. We send our kids to high school, and we have our furniture. We have everything. I'm not ashamed for nobody to go into my house. In fact, I think that maybe I have even better homes and better furniture than some people that don't work in the farms.
Basio, I'm not going to ask you how old you are, but have you been a grape worker for a long time?
Yes, sir.
And do you like the work?
I like to work. I support myself, and I've been working ever since I can remember.
And you told me that you raised a family here.
I did. 4 children. 3 girls and 1 boy.
Do you make what you consider fairly good money?
Yes, I do.
The charge is made that workers on permits called green cards are imported from Mexico to depress farm wages, despite laws which set the same minimum for all. Piece rates are then paid above the minimum on the basis of how much the worker harvests. Paulo Chavez here comes from Mexico to harvest celery on a ranch near Salinas. He says his harvest wage is $350 a week. A little, but not too much higher than the average. He reacts sharply to suggestions that he's taking away work from domestic workers.
He has a son in Mexico going to college. He has a new car that he made here working.